Derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Good morning. Well, we did have a move back up in the Treasuries, which is really good. They tried going down first, though. So I rearranged my room here. I'll tell you what I did in a second, but I need to move this back over here so I can really see it and grab it over here. Come on. Now, chart's still loading. Well, that's loading. Let's grab the streams. Get rid of that. I don't need that. Okay. There and bum bum bum. Okay, is it loaded? Yes, it has. Okay, so what we got on Friday, super ugly. I mean, the third was bad, but was the worst. But on Friday, I was really surprised that they kept going, but we've completely recovered it. Now today is Monday, and it is Columbus Day. So okay. Anyways, so we move back up. It's Columbus Day, so I don't know if we're gonna get like a ton of crazy action, but you know, that's the way it is. We could move up to as high as 30.5, where the crazy was, but I think that here we are at point of control from Friday. I think we might just chill right there for a little while. And then, you know, you can see here in equities, equities taking it in stride and maybe potentially recovering. I see continued strength in the dollar, though. That's where it's gonna hit you. Why did this size of this change? That's weird. Yeah, anyways. So that's what we got going on there. Let's pop into... Oh. Gotta get everything set up right here. Boom, boom, boom. And we don't really have... We do have CPI news later this week also. So that I would watch out. It might be really quiet up until then. Dum bum bum. All right. Well, we have hardly had any volume through, so I'm thinking today is going to be a really, really quiet day, and we might just sit and watch here. Yeah, not many people for stream either. Thank you for watching anyways, though. I hope it sounds a little better for you. There's still a little bit of reverb from, I'll show you what I did. Let me show you what I did. So I got like, where's the cam? There we go. Okay, so like I got some room treatment now. So if we turn around here, Yeah, especially up in the corners, bass traps now. And then there is a couch now in the corner, bass traps in those corners. And but there's still, like, you know, the wall, I mean, that doors, we're gonna have to do something about that at some point. But that wall, I think, is the biggest problem right now. So getting reflections off of that, and a little bit of filtering, but it's no big deal. But I mean, the reverberation is so much better now. I think that my voice comes through so much clearer just listening to it in the headphones. And of course, I compress it a little bit for you guys so that it sounds a little bit more even. So I hope it sounds good. Yeah. Well, so today is Columbus Day, and I don't know if anybody cares. It is a bank holiday, so all of the institutional players are going to be gone. But I don't know if, yeah. I don't know if we're going to get any trades today. Certainly, we're not going to be taking 4. I can tell you that much. You know, while we're doing that, we can look at a couple of things. I wanted to see if I bring up a chart here and I do the E-mini. Okay. And I want a 30-minute chart. I don't want tick replay last year, and the trading hours being the Seth trading hours, break at end of day. Okay. Again, and then I want to add in my range histogram. Where is that range histogram? Bum, 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 bum. Okay. What do we get? Oh. So the most common range in that hour is 5 to 7 ticks, actually, in the E-mini during that time period. But it's probably because it's not, you know, before the open. So let's just take, how can we do this? I need to, okay. I need to come over here. To trading hours. And this STH, and I'm going to copy it to be STH equities. Okay. And then instead of starting at 7:20 Central Time, it's going to start at 8, right? It'd be 7:30 here, it'd be 8:30 there. Yes. So it's gonna be 8. I never trade it until after the start, so we're gonna do that. $8:30. I don't know if it I don't think that the trading floor is closed, but I looked on the CME website and they didn't have it listed as a holiday, so. There's no early close or anything like that that I know of. So I think these early close days. Okay, so now let's try that data series. The Seth Trading Hours equities. Okay. Much better. Okay. So the question was, if I'm coming in here into my strategy analyzer, strategy manager rather, and I have my E-mini strategy. My stop is 8 and my target is 10. How big is that? It looks like I should really be going for 16 and 32. Don't you think? Like the mode is really 16. Well, that's interesting, but I did have the numbers kind of right, so I think that, I mean, if I'm taking 16 in here, it really is more of a scalp. So, okay. Yeah, I think that, that tells me what I wanted to know. Because I want to go like half of that big range, so like the 16 is, I think 16 is right. That's generally what you want to get. Oh. Oh, they do have it on there. Equities, commodities, weather, and real estate normal day. Yep, it's gonna be super dead today. We can just chit chat. Who do we have in here today? Doesn't look like some of our regulars have popped into chat yet. I could bring up, you know what, I don't have my squawk. We should do that. Right here. There we go. Is there a way for me to like permanently? I guess not. Bitcoin exchange coin for is laying off workers. By the way, how is the futures looking? So over the weekend, you can't see it on this chart, but over the weekend there was at least 3 separate big buying events that I could identify on the charts, and then this morning, was the last one. This is the one that I think I was kind of identifying, but it seems like somebody really, really wants to buy Bitcoin, but they're still not even making it over 66. So I don't know. Is there another wave? And back to the support level again? I don't know. It seems like the Bitcoin traders are just don't want to give up. They refuse to give in. The CPI consensus is 0.2 again. Zero Hedge just tweeting. And that is the 36th month in the row that's been the prediction. That is interesting because I don't think I can remember a time where the inflation's that they weren't looking for 0.21 on everything. So. Well, my indicator certainly doesn't say that this is the bottom. I'll just generate it and show you guys. Today is the 8th. Bitcoin. Woo! Okay, yeah. So we're getting. You can see here there was like 1, 2, 3, and then after 3, it took a while before they give up. See. Now this, it looks a little bit different, but you're still kind of getting this thing like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then there's a little bump, right? And then there is a little comeback. So this is maybe different price action wise. But then after this bump, if we consider this bump, and then it's down, and this one you're getting this thing and flat. Well, let's take a picture of it for them. Or actually, I don't even have to do that. I just attach it for you. It's got to come off. There's got to be a buildup in use. Type something here. Yeah. I'm just gonna type it in the Bitcoin Discord channel here. So the problem I see coming up is there's tons of startups that are weathering the whole downturn. At some point, they may have to sell holdings in order to make payroll. It's still windy over here in Utah, huh? Look at this hurricane remnant wreaking havoc over here.
Thanks for hearing from City anyway. Seem clear.
Boom, 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 boom. Weather. Well, we are going to get 57 today. So it's still, it's good fall weather, I'd say. Yeah, so we're mostly just getting the wind now. It looks like the majority of the storm is back over in Kansas now. Bum, bum, bum. I'll close that so we can get the order flow. Look, like literally nothing is traded. Bum, 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 ba-dum. Okay, well, we're getting some people filtering in now again today. It just kind of picks up. I don't know though, guys. Like I don't think you can't take a trade in this. It's just not wise. I think, especially we got CPI. You know, want to be ready for that. I thought maybe we could take a few little scalps. You know, maybe take a 2-ticker, but I don't think so. Especially the way that it's going, because they moved quite a bit on very little volume. Going that far up on 7K basically is the total cumulative delta on the move. It's not very much. I think with the action the last couple of days, I think that speculators don't want to stick their heads out, but rather wait to jump on the next decisive move. Yeah. If that CPI data comes out and it is higher than expected, that could be, I mean, maybe that's why the futures have been moving down, is in anticipation of that, but I don't think that's what's going on. So there's a good chance that we just get really crazy action and things get even more scary. Okay. Well, I guess I can delete this thing about Kavanaugh, since that is all completely done with. You don't hand matches to an arsonist, and you don't give power to angry left-wing mob. Democrats have become too extreme and too dangerous to govern. Republicans believe in the rule of law, not the rule of the mob. Vote Republican. This is definitely, I've been noticing this mob. Okay, there we ticked down. Well, I don't know if, from a risk perspective, since we're risking 2, this going short here really makes sense, but there's this step in the profile right here that I think I'm gonna watch and see what happens. You kind of got a bit of a head and shoulders or double top type of pattern going on here. If I bring this over, you can you see how it's, and look at the cumulative delta peak here, and it's trailing off.
CDS rising 10 basis points. 300 tensions.
We would have to break this though. And that would be the pattern that we're looking for. There is some support for it in the order flow, but because today is such a slow day, you've you know, I think that patterns work best when it's like medium volume. When it's really high volume, I think there's a big incentive to screw patterns up, and when there's really low volume, it's easier to screw patterns up. And so I don't think that trade really makes a lot of sense for us.
Saying in talks with other parties to support Congress.
I'm trying to get a better idea of the Kavanaugh winning, but I'm having a hard time because my liberal friends have just completely disengaged. Like, they are just so pissed about it, and they're like gone from social media. They don't want to talk. Okay, so some hitting into 23.5. Mute this so I don't bother you guys while I'm typing here.
XA dollar making fresh highs in the day.
So it doesn't look like there's a lot of people trading it, but the dollar is moving it. I don't know if I ate enough. I feel kind of queasy. Okay, so they took 23 half. 23 is the one that I'm really interested in, though. And if they just blow right through that, then it could happen because the dollar really is moving us lower. Boom, boom, boom.
From Italy's Di Maio here saying EU and markets would actually understand Italy's plan. Comments during what Salvini. These 5-star Di Maio saying EU and markets would eventually understand Italy's
Oh yeah, a bunch of people were just like, nothing's gonna happen. I don't know. I'm not gonna take a trade on it busting. I mean, it's a pretty risky trade, I think. And we're kind of more likely to bounce off of those.
Here in Goldman is said to markets go on credit caution. Goldman is scale back loan origination targets for 2019. It's the backdrop of what we'll see at the end of the week with the start of banks reporting their earnings. Getting some supply out of France. 3-month T-bills sold at minus 0.66%, cover there 2.9 times. 6-month buys minus 0.588% for the average yield with a cover of 5.125 times. 12-month bills, the average yield 0.56% with the cover 4.50. Allotment size wise, the 12-month bill, the amount sold €8 worth. The 3-month T-bill 2.8 sold. For the 6-month bill, the amount sold coming in.
Mm-mm-mm. 200. Are any of these big lots? Was there any? There was there was one.
Down over 1%.
be right back. I'm gonna get something with a little bit more sugar in it. So I just kind of feel kind of weird. Hmm. The 30 year is, there is some buying coming into the 30 year. You could, I mean, this would be the place to buy it. I don't know if I see enough of it. I really want to see more of a failure here at 23 to take along. So let's just see what happens. So, another thing I did was I changed this light up here. So now it can be really bright, and don't have to worry about it getting hot in here because those LED lights do not generate heat.
Saying ECB is not there to compensate national policy. Euro area inflation outlook is unaffected by Italy thus far. Not saying overall inflation has been above our definition of price stability for several months. We could say something about the possible number of interest rate hikes per year. We could do it like the Fed if we wanted. Saying no reason to feel uncomfortable with the market expectations for 2 to 3 years of APP reinvestments. Bio reiterating it has no leave the euro or parts out this morning.
I forget which one is which. Okay. That's what I thought. This is a little bit of buying there. Okay. So that would be an equal low. Looks like an iceberg there.
Comment there saying make me think the scenario.
And I see that big order at 25. Some stuff showing up above us in the 30. Okay, so they took it down and they stacked it a little bit. So that's not how I wanted that to go. It did hit back a little bit, but this isn't necessarily pulling. Time for the kiddos to wake up, I guess. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna take it. Okay. So the concern right now is iceberg at 23.5.
Equity news here hearing via Reuters. Started buyout fund partners see rival bids for Bristol Myers French business. There's UPSA is valued by bidders that about 1 billion.
A 5-year. Pretty dead. Okay. They put an okay amount. I mean, for how slow it is, they put more on the uptick, at least.
Brexit news
That was a good hit.
Off bid to break the Irish border deadlock. That's what they anywhere X Irish border deadlock.
So we got to see the momentum keep going here.
Essentially, what the piece is saying is hopes that testing goods close to the
5 years not going.
And DUP fears. We'll put that piece on our board for.
This 5 year. I want to see that tick up. Come on. Come on. A little suspicious. Kind of dancing around now. I think that they want something to happen. Still nobody bought the 5 year. Could somebody just buy just one order going in there? I would love to see what happens if even just one order goes through in the 5 year. Okay. 7 went through. Okay. I'm seeing some signs that pressure is possibly going to follow through. At least they're stacking here. Yeah. Nope. So that flipped. And take the +1. It's still a good chance that it continues through, but I think I've seen this before where, it looks like it's going to reverse here. And what it could do instead is range around 23.5 a ton. So I'm a little wary about that. Like, I want to see pressure continue through. It just wasn't doing it. Like, it didn't cascade or anything. So it could still do it, but it's going to be really slow. And I think in this kind of action, I'm just going to take them is when it stops. And so it only gave me one that time. Okay, so there was 2, maybe even 3. Let's see if we actually would get filled at 24.5. I mean, it's a pretty big question. Deserve got a +1. That's good. It's just so boring. I feel so sleepy, man. I thought I got an okay night's rest, but somebody in Twitch quoting the Quran. Okay then. Well, I'll just leave it.
And FX here seeing continued yen strengthening has been a theme all session really now as we challenge the 113.20
Yeah, look at that. Does it give you 4 on it? Well, that was a good trade, guys. Should have held it. That's okay. We get +1. You know? It's okay. Hmm. Well, they hit into that and they're turning around. I'm a little skeptical that that's all there is to it. I think they might take a step up again. Somebody pointing out a good an exchange that gives me options and futures on Bitcoin that might be worth trying out. It's so slow, guys. Mm, I don't know. That would be the three. We would have gotten the three. And I think that I would have, if I had left it on, assuming that I didn't take the two, I definitely would have taken the three. Because it's so slow. I'm not going to hold it off for, yeah. Well, that's a lot that's a lot that's hit into 24 and it hasn't gone, so I don't know. Pulling for the E-mini open, that's interesting. Well, that was kind of weird. Oh, maybe I didn't have it scrolled over all the way. That must have been what the problem was. That must have been like over here or something. Well, it's pretty strong selling on the open in the E-mini. Seems like a good spot. At least where the battle's going, I might still lose. Hmm. Buyers are fighting hard, but they're not. They're not getting above my. Hmm. Look at that. It's just crazy. Okay, this is a little bit better of a buy now, I think. Because that was a sweep down failure. I'm just gonna let it do its thing. I kinda. Should have been bought it down here, but. Good deal. So now I can just kind of sit and let it do its thing. Well, there's this node right here. Are they going to go through it? Oh, I think we can just let it ride. Hmm. 1,000 there. Never mind. Okay. 50. Well, I could have gotten 100. I should have been a little quicker on the draw there. Boo. That was a okay scalping the mini. I mean, I need to be careful here. Because, like I said, like when you get with that, it's not. I mean, that's the spot, but it's not the spot. It's like four ticks back, actually. You know what I mean? I like to see it's actually is going to go and do it. Yeah. I hope you didn't hear that. That was gross. My elbow. Well, all things considering, that's a good day. For Monday, I think I'm just going to leave it there. So there's a spot right there too. So if that's, if our theory is right, then we can get it right, like right here. Actually, we've been saying 1, 2, 3. It might not actually even give us that, unfortunately. It's kind of giving us a false head and shoulders here. Yep, higher. Curious that Treasuries come down here a little bit as the E-mini has pushed up. And there is a big order in the 5-year. This is where we're at in the mini right now. You're kind of like in the middle of this range here. That's like point of control. Isn't a very good trade. If it got back down here, then maybe. Hey, it's,
we get the bomb by.
we got John on today. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. No, look at that. E-mini's still going. So you got a problem where 8 ticks trailing is a little too tight. But I mean, if I'm taking like super scalpy trades in the E-mini, I think it's okay. But I kind of want to swing the E-mini. I kind of want to take that whole thing and take $400, you know?
Binary. That news.
So are they going to bounce off the VWAP here? You can go right through it. E-mini has a tendency to go through things a little bit at least.
We bought a net 6.844 billion euros of assets in public sector purchase program, as versus sales of 400 earlier. Net 501 million euros of assets. It bought net 2 billion EB and bought net 7
Still struggling with the staying awake thing. Okay, that was a pretty strong sell there in the E-mini. There's a huge short bet in Treasuries that keeps breathing. Okay, so a little bit of a turn there, perhaps. It does look like the E-mini is going to drop. Okay, so the E-mini just turned around and made a new high there. But it was a little bit stoppy, I don't know. I kind of want to short it, but I think that your better bet is buying Treasuries today. I think I'm just gonna leave it alone. So not in a spot that I would trade it normally. My first one was the right call. It's a shame that I didn't get more out of it. I just want to fall asleep. Seriously. I just want to fall asleep. Okay, so there was a pretty solid downtick there. Okay, and now tick down. They could come back to the view up and maybe even go past it. I don't know. You're getting now. Well, I mean, I wouldn't really. I don't know if I consider this a head and shoulders or not.
Update on that St. John oil refinery. Capacity is 300,000 barrels per day.
So we did get a pretty good, yeah. What do you say? Like a pretty good puke there. And you do want to see like accelerating cell volume going into a right shoulder of a head and shoulders. So it could be a head and shoulders. The volume is so light, it's really hard for me to call. Well, where would it go to if it was 22 half, 26? So 8, 9. 2, 4, 6. 2, 0, 18 half. I'm a little concerned that it did what seems like a crescendo selling sort of a thing. Like that they want me to sell into this and then they're just gonna push it back up 2 ticks or whatever. What's he got here on his chart? Oh, he's got a much nicer volume profile now. And quite a nice new. Another downtick. Did that one. I closed my eyes for a second and I'm just so terrible today, huh? I'm so sleepy. So sleepy. Nope, that shouldn't be on Facebook. See, they're I don't know. They're kind of making it look like it's gonna go do something, like it's gonna go all the way back. Especially the 5-year there is really selling hard. Hmm. It seems like Donald Trump is tweeting about Columbus Day. They want to make Columbus Day great again, apparently. I think if only because it makes some people mad. But he just tweeted this not too long ago. When was it? 27 minutes ago.
driven via the US Treasury that the US are concerned about China's currency depreciation and that the US are monitoring developments related to Chinese currency.
Hmm. See, here's where you take it for a VWAP bounce. And taking it short when it was doing the signal, it would have been
Growth
3.
as robust as last year.
So you getting conflicting things because you got a head and shoulders, but you got a VWAP bounce. I think the head and shoulders matters more though. But they're both kind of little like the head and shoulders one. I think the way that it happened, it's a little. I don't know if it's a tradable signal. It feel like accelerating volume. It felt more to me like a stop run at the bottom of the neck, and I don't know. I'm just not sure about it. Wasn't sure enough about it to take a trade. You know, you was concerned about China currency depreciation treasury. Big iceberg at 21.5. And all that volume is turning around, so it does kind of look like there's some profit taking here. Well, now that's interesting. I want to highlight this right here. This gap. What's with that? You see that? And when it happened, there was a bid down here. And they stopped and they have ticked back. There's this thing too. I don't know if that one's 33.52. Is that a huge deal? E-mini's kind of flat too. That's saying buy. Well, I'm going to post my cryptocurrency notes. At least. Let's do that. I don't think I'm going to take any more trades today. It's getting too close to my ending time. And, we'd got a profit. And it was a pretty good one for a day like this. And, yeah. So let's do that.
worried about.
Well, we got 15 minutes left. That did kind of give you a VWAP bounce there. Good for a tick or two. But I'm still not feeling like taking a trade. Although I do think we could come back up to the 25. So the problem I have now is we could. This was a step, right? So they went below the step and back. So now are they going to go back up to this step or even this step? Or are they going to come up here and go lower? It looks kind of random to me. So you just came back to this area and it's doing that. Oh, we don't want to move anymore thing. Man, that trade that I had in the E-mini was really good. Now long in the E-mini. I got it at 79. If we just say just 79. And now we're at 91. So 12 points times 4 ticks, 48. So $400. It's a good trade. Wish I could have held it. Well, I don't know. I think well, man, I don't know. I think we should keep using it for a little while. But I think I would do better if I manually moved it up. Personally. Because if I had moved that down to like my where I entered. Now we need to come back here a little bit. Yeah. So we got in here like a 79. So if I had just moved my stop to break even and left it, would have been great. So, well, I still got a few ticks on it. I mean, that's not bad, right? So sleepy. Down dick. Interesting. They have been leaving pretty big. Can you see that? It's kind of interesting, especially with this one. They left it there for a long time and it didn't go. They ticked up. 5 more minutes. E-mini. Oh, there we go. E-mini did trail off in volume there. Interesting. No, I'm not sure if they're done or not. CL. Hey, Waddle. Alas, I have a mental block with CL now as she's eaten so much of my monies right before my eyes. Okay, well, we're obviously it's dead. It's been dead. Was a good nap. I hope you enjoyed it with me. And yeah, the sound was really good. It sure sounds good to me in the headphones, and the lighting is better too, and the temperature is better too. So I'm pretty happy. And we did take 2 trades. Oh, I've had this up the whole freaking time. Took 2 trades. So yeah. Bum bum bum. Clearly nobody's paying attention since we didn't actually have the order flow up and nobody said anything. But we did take 2 trades. So anyways, it was fun, guys. I will catch you tomorrow, which should also be a really boring day. So